Hey guys, I'm Brandon. I'm so glad you previewed the content before the class. That's the spirit of flipped education. And today, let me ask you a question. Do you still remember the last time you had a conversation with an American? And the situation might look like this. You are the captain who represents Taiwan, and you have a strong and invincible troop with muscular soldiers and generals. And what are your soldiers? Sentence patterns are your generals. They are leaders. They will lead your soldiers. And you are a captain. You will employ them, put them in the right position. And then, by the way, your interlocutor is Captain America, simply because they are able to speak American English. But you guys are not going to use your troop to launch a war or even have a fight, because even Kim Jong-un became a peaceful guy. So you guys will strategically use your troop to get your message, get your ideas, or even your thoughts across to someone. And that's the process of using English to communicate. Here comes another question. How can you train your soldiers and generals? You have to provide them training, because a troop consists of soldiers and generals. English consists of vocabulary and grammar. How can you train your soldiers? I think you have to make your soldiers be able to speak. Otherwise, they just go to the front line and then sacrifice themselves, simply because they are not able to communicate with their commander. They can only listen to them, but they cannot make the sound, make the noise. So the first session, we will focus on the sound. You have to make your soldiers be able to speak. In the second session, I think we believe that the name is the most beautiful melody in the world. I believe you like your name, right? So we have to learn the definition of the word. In the third session, we have to provide a rehearsal. Learn how to use the word and how to make the sentence. It's like a rehearsal before the real war. You have to let your soldiers and generals, they get it together and then practice. And then have a rehearsal before the real war. So this session, I'm going to focus on the sound. Now, I want to invite you to imagine you are in a dark forest. And then you walk through the trees and the bush. And then you see a ferocious wolf. A wolf is yelling like this. Ow! After 2 seconds, you might hear the sound. The sound is coming back. That's an echo. So in the class, we will further talk about how to use echo to acquire the sounds of English words. This class, we hope we can let you know, when you memorize a new word, you are recruiting a soldier. And when you learn a new sentence pattern, you are recruiting a general. The question is, how can you provide training for your soldiers and generals? In other words, how can you naturally acquire your vocabulary and your sentence patterns for the battle? Your purpose is to win the battle, and the battle is called communication. And I hope you guys can summarize all the points that you find is quite interesting, and you can summarize them and before the class. And then when we start our class, I'm gonna invite you to share your interesting points. See you guys.